how deep is deep enough? Some people, they choose hypnotherapy rather than regular talk therapy, like psychotherapy or counseling, because they want to go deep. And I agree, because the hypnotherapy does help people access what we would call the subconscious mind, which is the depths of us, or the unconscious mind. That said, there's sometimes people's idea of how deep is very different from the real depths. So I had these two cases recently. Case number one, there was a woman who claimed that she had white robe phobia, she called that. It's basically, it's like she had a fear of seeing doctors or hospitals, going to hospitals. So she came for me for that reason, and she told me that she for the same reason, she went to see a counselor, and she went to see acupuncturist, and both of them actually, they claimed that they knew how to do some hypnosis. So she was very glad that they knew how to do hypnosis, but then she told me the sessions were very disappointing for her, because all they did was to relax your muscles, and they call that hypnosis. And yes, muscle relaxation. It's just a progressive muscle relaxation doesn't mean you know how to do hypnosis. Anyway, so we worked on that phobia, and she's glad with the result. There's another case that there's another young lady, 35 years old, and she came to see me because she had this interesting relationship with food. She noticed that she overate, and she would eat until she was very hurting, and especially she would eat when husband was not home, so it's kind of hiding and eating pattern. And she wanted to use hypnosis to resolve that. And on the first session, we did a regression, and she was regressed back to when she was 10 years old. So she was 10, and her sister, the older sister, just had a birthday party. And after the party, there were a lot of leftovers. And that night, the first time in her life, she would go to the kitchen middle of the night, and she would open the fridge and ate the leftover. And for her, I was asking in the regression, I was asking, why did you do that? And she said, because these types of food, mostly probably cakes and sweets, these types of food, I don't get it. Like the 10-year-old told me that she doesn't get it. And as I asked her why, because she said her mother was constantly on diet. And because her mother was on diet, the food choices at home were very limited. So she as a little girl, she literally could have very limited range of food choices. And that was the first ever time she would have the opportunity to eat things that she normally didn't have. So he ate. And there's a noise inside her back of mind telling her, eat more, because if you don't eat now, you won't ever have a chance. So she ate until the 10-year-old, until she was sick. And that's the pattern for her today. So anyway, that's regression. After the regression, she came out of the hypnotic state, and she told me she was not sure if she was ever hypnotized. And I asked her why, and she said because I remembered everything. It's interesting. Some people would have this idea: if I remember everything, I must not be hypnotized. That's interesting, because the case itself was very interesting, and she brought up in the hypnotic state this piece of memory. And when we had the regression, and she was remembering everything. So I told her the effectiveness does not rely on how much you remember or how much you don't. Yes, it's true. Some people, they don't remember much of it. Some people remember more or less, but it's just like dreams. Some people remember vividly their dreams. Some people remember half of it, some people remember none of it. But doesn't mean you're not dreaming. Therefore, how much you remember in a hypnotic regression doesn't mean it was not genuine, you were not regressed. So I told her it's in a hypnotic state, what happens is it's as if I use my language to invite the conscious part of you, the part that analyzes, rationalizes, figures everything out, short-term memory, willpower, that part of the mind to go to the passenger seat, because this part of the mind doesn't have any resources. So that the deeper mind, the subconscious or the unconscious mind, comes up and drives the vehicle, so to speak. It's the subconscious mind, it's a mind that emotes and associates and has permanent memory, and also it's the part of mind that takes actions. Emotion, action always go hand in hand. That's why people become emotional eaters. Even though they consciously they don't think it's a good idea, they don't choose it, but they can't help it themselves. So that part of the mind comes up and drives the vehicle. And in my analogy, I'm like a tourist guide. You know where you are, you know where you want to go. So the tourist guide and the new driver, we get where we get to go. And how much you remember or not depends on how awake the passenger is, the conscious mind. And so some people, they enjoy the ride, they listen to the music, they watch the scenery, the view. Here is very beautiful. This is right now is called the Gorge, the Verdon. This is where you realize where the English word gorgeous comes from this gorge. So and it's very deep. We'll show you in a moment. And so that how much you remember really depends on how the passenger awake is. Some passengers, they pay attention to where you go, they are curious. Some passengers, they're more passive. But it doesn't really matter how much you remember, how much you don't. And according to my observation, her trance state was actually quite deep to start with. She went deep very fast, very soon. And then when I engaged the conversation, when I started to ask the subconscious mind questions, she gave me the answer as a 10-year-old. And yes, that's true. Sometimes when you start to engage in a conversation with your hypnotherapist, you come up a little bit from the depths, like the brainwave state, the beta, alpha, theta. So you come up a little surface level, which is very natural. But anyway, through my many years of work, of experience, I really don't agree that the deeper is better, whatever that means. And with trust, when we trust, the conscious mind trusts the new driver, the subconscious mind, we end up to always at the perfect depth that we need. So sometimes maybe when the person is so ready, remembering everything is what's needed, not to forget about it, because we already compartmentalized so much. And so in that case, I told her it's effective, and according to my observation, the regression was genuine. Anyway, long story short, she did come back, and she told me her urge to overeat was really reduced, and then she worked with me on 3 more sessions. And so how deep is deep enough? Maybe the answer is, when you trust the subconscious mind, you always end up with a perfect depth. Let me show you some depth here. This is called the gorge. Here's very deep, so you can go down.